It's another night. It's another DFS slate. Tony Jigsaw Cutillo, Dave Gloeckner, Jigsaw on the bell ringer right here again. Night two, Dave. And right now we got some lineups going, man. We got the Angels going. So got the Rangers finishing up. We got the Dodgers playing. But we're looking into tomorrow's 10-game feature slate for Tuesday, April 11th. WinDailySports.com. Make sure you give us a follow. Make sure you like, you subscribe. You know the deal. Win Daily Sports. Win big for your first free week, or green, whatever you want. Your first free week, $5.99. After that, everybody plays. Everybody hits. Dave, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Tom, feeling good. We had some really good hits plays last night that are coming to fruition today. Talking about, a good value pitcher in Ashcraft coming up big for the Reds tonight. You hitting on that Rangers stack, looking good, 11 already. So really some good stuff to build off of. Hopefully people are cashing from that. And even our props are hitting in the Discord. So it's time to give the people a little more of that action that we've been doing pretty well with.
Got to get in that Discord, man. Get in our Discord. Dave drops runs. He drops hits. He drops Ks, HRR, home run props. I dropped the home run props, the FFVPs. I think we hit tonight so far. Hit on Heim and Seager in the same game going long. So we'll see what else we can get. Maybe Outman could. I had Outman at plus 900 in the Dodgers. You never know. You never know, man. Now Adam checking in, my man Adam.
Love him.
What up, Adam? How you doing, buddy?
He was probably at the game tonight. He
probably was.
Like when they score 15, Adam's there.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, just excuse me now because my nose is running like a sieve, man. It's like allergy season, and when you're in Italian, you got that big nose, bro. It is what it is. It happens. So I apologize, but Dave, listen, lots of great matchups tomorrow. A lot of different plays we can go right off the bat. Let's, like we always do, we're going to give you, just so you guys know, you're going to get consistent here. We're going to give you some pictures to look at, some value, some stacks, some sneaky stacks, FFVP. We'll talk kind of like where we're leaning towards home runs, but the home run props and everything else and the rest of the props will be in Discord. So Dave, pitching right off the bat, where we go?
Yeah, and like last night, we didn't jump right to the top. Scherzer, Castillo, both at the top board last night. Well, really tonight. Both get 5 innings, decent, points, but didn't wow for the price. Tuesday's going to be a little different. I got to go to the top. I got to go to DeGrom and Ohtani. They're not only are they the studs of the slate, they're pitching against duds. Tonight, Andrew Heaney had 10 Ks against the Royals through 4 innings. He might have got up to a couple more. And you got DeGrom against the Royals. I mean, it just seems like K City. And what's nice is, last night, you're getting Scherzer at 10-4. DeGrom's 9-9. Ohtani's 9-7. You're getting these aces below that 10K threshold where I think you can really still build a good team. So I think we're going to start with DeGrom and Ohtani, and in some cases, maybe even be able to touch both in a lineup and build some other spots. But those two at the top, I just think are the safest, the best bets. And what's really weird about it is as we drop lower than that 9K, you're starting to see guys that we've never seen, like Burns at 8,500, Noah at 77. Are they there for a reason? Or are they there for, a mispricing? What do you think?
I don't know, man. I think, it's so early. And that's like you saying, like, even though we're finally starting to get some data, this is just a different year for pitching because there's so many parameters that have changed with the pitch clock and the mound visits and, no more shift. And there's just so many different things going on. So I think it's almost going to be like a half a season before this whole entire thing plays out. You're looking at Manoah at 7,700. You're looking at a guy like Kyle Freeland, who I think could be a really good play tomorrow at home, pitches very well at home for 7,200. Listen, it's about getting different too, like you said, but lo and behold, if you're getting Jacob DeGrom under 10 grand, there's just, I'm sorry. I don't care if he's got one arm. It's somebody you got to play.
Yeah, I agree. And for my thing with Burns at 8,500, there's just a little trouble there. And we talked about it a little bit with Scherzer. Pitched better tonight, but still had 3 walks. And I think there's something with that pitch clock. Like, there's something just a little off with some of these guys. And Burns, he had 2 games against Arizona and 22 and 5.19 ERA. He got hit around against an Arizona lineup that was worse last year, better this year. So I don't think I'm going to get baited by Burns. But I am going to look down in that range that you talked about with Manoah and Freeland. I like Pablo Lopez down there. It's 70. There we go.
There you go. Right on cue, man. Right on cue.
Yeah. he's been racking up the Ks. That's what's been more impressive. Played him both games in his K prop, and he's hitting both. 3 walks against Miami last game, but 2 games at 8 Ks. And then he gets, a White Sox team that's really not, they lost Tim Anderson, I think, tonight too, to injury. So, I mean, that lineup's not as formidable as it once was with Abreu out of there. And Jimenez is out too, right? I think he got hurt recently. So, I mean, it's Robert and Andrew Vaughn. So, yeah, I like Lopez a lot.
Listen, I hear you. I will say this, and again, I make these bold jigsaw these predictions, but for me, I think 100% my gut and just the eye test, man. Just the eye test. He had a horrible first start. He came back in the second start. Tomorrow at home against Detroit, I think Manoah could be the best pitcher on the slate at 7,700. I really do.
I'm still sold on Manoah, especially with that matchup with Detroit. I mean, we saw Cutter Crawford. We talked about him on Sunday. A turd through a great game against Detroit. So, I do like him. And then if we're going to go down that level a little bit, I'm looking at a guy that's got roughed up twice in Miles Mikolas for the St. Louis Cardinals. You already talked about his opposing pitcher, Freeland. Listen, he's already faced the Braves and the Blue Jays, and he's got a 9 ERA. That's bad, but Braves, Blue Jays, really good lineup. Colorado, look at them. They're 13th in K rate. They're 27th in weighted runs created plus. And if we go to baseball perspective, in deserved runs created, they're 29th. That offense is not very scary. I know they're hitting around Matt, but Matt has a 9 career ERA in Coors Field. I think Mikolas could be a sneaky play tomorrow at 6,600.
I like that. Mikolas, they do with the porno stash.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I just watched Top Gun Maverick the other night. Ooh. So that guy was rocking it. Did you see that movie yet?
Yes, I did, man. Yes, I
looked
did.
At Miles Teller, another Miles with the porn stash.
Yeah, man. Everybody want to be Johnny Holmes all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Javon, what's up, Javon? Second, it says shout out to y'all for Ashcroft. Hey, man. Dave with the pitching, man. I'll tell you, he's on point now. Let's go over to the bats. Stacks. Where are we going at tomorrow, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got to go back to the Angels. As much as I think Josiah Gray has a little bit in him to be a pitcher eventually, he's still falling victim to the home run ball, and that's one thing the Angels do pretty well. So I think they're a very attractive stack, and so is Toronto. And I know those will be really, really, really popular. But with that said, if we're going to go a little bit off the track, I think we go back to your Rangers. And I think, against Jordan Lyles, a guy that lets up a ton of fly balls and K rate under 20%, balls fly out in Texas. So that would be one that I think may be a little less, but looking at Angels, Toronto, and Texas.
I'm going to go really sneaky here, and I'm going to go Minnesota stack tomorrow against my man Lance Lynn, who listen, man, it's at Minnesota. Lynn's pitching on the road. Listen, not a lot of injuries in that Minnesota lineup, but I like getting a little different. And there's a way that you can get. Obviously, you're going to get Buxton, and then you get Trevor Larnach, okay, and then you get Miranda at 3,700. And I think that 1-2-3 combo still gives you. Listen. That gives you an opportunity. If you want to go Ohtani and DeGrom, you don't want to go value, you want to go straight ace and straight fire. I think a Minnesota sneaky stack, just like I had Texas today. Everything that my eyes see leads me to Minnesota being a really good play tomorrow against Lance Lynn. So we'll see what happens. With that. Any other value you see on this slate, Dave?
Seattle didn't wow tonight, but I'm thinking that, we got a chance against Wisniewski tomorrow, a righty. They fare a little better against righties. I could see maybe Seattle bouncing back too. So they're the sneaky one too. Yeah, listen, kind of got to rock the Padres once in a while. I got a lot of different hats and looks. Always as long
as you ain't rocking a Machado jersey, because I want to smack that dude in his face.
No.
As long as it's not a Machado jersey, we're good.
Yeah, a good bounce back spot for the Twins. There you go. And again, you mentioned Lance Lynn. Dude got rocked, I think, in his last.
Rocked.
Yeah. So I mean, we're catching him at a good time.
Yeah.
So
Lance Lynn, he may need to lay off the Twinkies. You know what I mean? Like he's turning into a little big boy out there, man. So he needs to lay low a little bit. My man B said fly. Absolutely. Bijan Robinson. That's all I'm gonna say.
You really think?
Do it. We got, listen, I am telling you right now, this is a baseball show. Before we go on, I'm telling you right now, B, you're listening. Dave, you were my witness. I said this in the barbershop 2 weeks ago. Shout out Fuse Barbershop, the best place to go. I said, listen, this is a game changer. This is the smoke is out there. I'm telling you right now, every now and then you have a chance to do something different. And this kid is must see, absolute must pick. Listen, he takes your offense to the next level, man, and he's controllable for the next 3 years. Your line is already built. You can get another lineman at 30. It's already a deep safety draft. I don't need a wide receiver. I'm all the baggage with the defense, nothing. You know they're not taking linebackers. It's Bijan. It has to be Bijan. It has to be Bijan or bust. Bijan or bust, man.
I trade back if we go that route. And I'm with you. Like, it does change your offense. But Skoronski, if he's there, I'm really tempted to take the best tackle. That's just where I'm at from out of Northwestern. But yeah, I hear you, man. I love Bijan. I do.
Look, I got to be already saying I hate Bijan. I love Bijan, man.
If we're going to go Gibbs, if you're going to go Gibbs, you take him at 30, right? Like, Gibbs isn't. Yeah, you could still do that.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But back to baseball.
We're talking Tajay Spears, Yvonne. I love that name.
Look. I got everybody. Tajay. Now we're talking Jalen Carter. We trade. Nah, man. Listen, it's if you don't trade up, you sit at 10. If Bijan is there, you draft him 100%. If he's not, move back. Simple as that. I go Bijan or trade back. That's where I'm going. Don't trade up though. Not saying trade up. Don't want to see that. Dave, we're getting too long here. FFVPs, what we got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with, it's right on our cut line at the 3K range. I'm going to go Jared Kalenic. He hit it.
I had him earlier, man, this year. I love him.
And he came off the bench tonight, right? And hit a home run in the 9th inning to tie the game. So I think he'll get the start tomorrow against a righty. We already mentioned it. Wind was blowing out today on the magnitude of 9 to 10 miles an hour. So I think we're going to have a similar wind direction, similar weather. And Kalenic is just a guy I want to see if I get a sneaky stack with the Mariners. He's definitely in, but I might even play him as a one-off if I stack, two other teams and have him as the one-off.
I like it. I'm gonna go. You mentioned earlier, which could be popular with a Toronto stat. I'm gonna go with our boy Kevin Kiermaier. Okay, going up against my man Matt Manning in Detroit at home. He's hit safely in his last 3 games. He's had 3 hits his last game out, and he's hit safely in 4 out of the last 5. This dude's just a hit machine. He's everything of what you want an FFVP to be. Batting 400 on the year. No home runs. We don't need them. We just want hits. And listen, two of the last 3 games with doubles and actually a triple as well. So he's getting more bags, more opportunities, and this guy doesn't strike out, which is what you want. So positive point production all the way. Dave, when we talk about home runs, again, let everybody know we're going to drop the home run props like we do all the time in our Discord. We're going to try to hit for 530 every day in the props tab on Win Daily Sports Discord. What do we got as far as, are you looking at anything in particular? Not players, obviously, because we don't have the we don't have the odds yet, but what are you looking at for home runs tomorrow?
Yeah, first off, this isn't on the DFS slate because it goes off before 7 o'clock tomorrow, but the Yankees will be one of my favorite home run plays tomorrow. Gaddis from Cleveland throwing at an insanely high 69% fly ball rate and only a 12% K rate. People put the ball in play against him and they hit the ball in the air a ton. So gonna like the Yankees tomorrow. Whether we get to judge, I got to look at a little bit more, some pitch stats and the stat tracker, but like the Yankees. And then one other game we're going to definitely look at. And I mean, it's simple, but in Toronto with Manning going, another guy that goes over 40% fly ball rate, well under the 20% K rate. So going to try and get interesting, maybe a Chapman Guerrero type look tomorrow. So we'll definitely get them in the Discord, but early looks are at Toronto and the Yankees.
Javon says, how about Gavin Sheets for FFVP 2,800? That's a nice play. I just looked at him.
Up in the lineup now too, right?
Yep.
Because of all the injuries. So
yeah. So I mean, you're looking at, in last 2 games in 7 at bats, he's got 4 hits. This is the epitome of FFVP. Been over the FFVP line since April 5th, 12.6.995, and he's going up against a guy in Lopez who's kind of like a power guy, and Sheets has some power. as well. So if he leaves one of those fastballs flat, that's when he can hammer it. So
At 389. Yeah, I
yeah,
like it.
I
And
like it. I like see
Brian
that.
talked about Hop.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. He was cheap tonight.
Yeah, 2,500. Have him in a bunch of those. And listen, he's a good player, and he's going against a guy that lets up a ton of home runs as well. Gray, 50% fly ball rate. I mean,
Oof.
come on. So Hop is a nice little sneaky play there tomorrow, even for a home run. Tonight, he was, I want to say he was like 750 for a homer tonight, too. So he'll be a good number tomorrow.
Former Philly
I
minor
know.
leaguer.
So that was from Marsh, though. And you see Marsh went deep
Yo,
tonight.
did you see him tonight?
Yeah, deep
Left center.
Yeah. That was
Yo,
a bomb.
MVP of the Phillies is Kevin Long. Okay,
Yeah.
just is Kevin friggin' Long. That's all. You pay that man like whatever he wants because he is a miracle worker. And how about Alec Bohm too? How about Alec Bohm too, man? I hope. Listen, I hope everybody. I don't tout much. Oh yeah, I do. I tout all the time. But I hope everybody listening to preseason. Tell everybody, yo, get those Alec Bohm shares now because this kid is legit. Man, he's going to hit 25 home runs. Simple as that. Going to hit 25 home runs. Amazing.
And then we got a Hunter Renfroe home run off our boy Corbin. Need one more run in that one for them to go.
Renfroe went long.
Yeah, Renfroe went long. Corbin, it's T-ball time.
I think that was Rocker called that. Somebody called that in Discord. They were talking about Renfroe. Yeah, it might have been big. Somebody called Renfroe home run tonight. I know they did. I was watching it. So somebody called it in Discord. Another home run, man.
Someone is cashing good.
Man, it's gonna be hopefully it's gonna be a good night. I could feel it. Oh, I could feel it. But Dave, any final thoughts we got here?
No, let's keep this thing rolling. Really good slate tomorrow. Really interesting. Get creative with your pitching. Even though we're recommending the top 2 on the slate, there will be some value down low. As you've seen those guys that have challenged for Cy Youngs, won a Cy Young under the 9K range. So it's going to be really, really a day that we got to get creative with pitching, as well as mix in some of those DeGroms and Otanis on some of your slates.
Yeah, I like it. We got a big duel tomorrow. We'll see where it winds up, but keep it locked right here. WinDailySports.com. Make sure you jump in that Discord because right here, do you see one of our members right here? Brian says, told you on Discord, Renfroe over Ward. Just remember, B, it ain't over yet. It's not over yet. It's early, buddy. It's early. Ward's going to get on board. I promise you that. But as always, for Tony, for Dave, for the all Win Daily Sports family, make sure you're liking and subscribing. You keep up. You keep following. Win big for your first free week. We're going to get out of here. Everybody stay safe and stay healthy, and we'll catch you back here next time.